Okay, so I am now going to go to a contract signing in about, actually, I'm not sure. I'm guessing between 8 to 10 o'clock, I'll be going to do a contract signing for CC. So it looks to be that we have successfully sold CC on working with us. So what I want to do today or in this video, oh, wait, so sorry, I didn't. It is September 10th, uh, 2022. Oh, no. Saturday, September 10th, 2022 at 6:56 p.m. And I wanted to go through this. I'm just going to read it out and pretend like I'm talking to the client or CC, and just so I can kind of like make sure that I'm able to explain this properly. Actually, I'm pretty sure I made a script for this. Ooh, oh no. Yakaronis. Company contract summary. Okay. Okay. So I just have a couple of notes here. I'm just gonna kind of read off, so it's a lot easier to kind of explain this to you. So number one, which is the agreement, this just states that. Um, okay, actually, I'm not sure. Okay. So number one, which is the agreement, this just states that this is agreement between you, the client or customer, and us for a roofing. That's basically just what it states. Number two, so this uh, number two, which is the roofing services, just states that all work to be done will be set out in Appendix A, which I'll show you in which I'll show you and go through it with you in a bit. Number three, rights granted to the company. So this just states that we will need to have access to the property as we will be doing work on the roof, but also, and this is uncommon, but sometimes we'll need access to the attic. And this just says if we require access to the attic for some odd reason, that we'll be able to do so. Um, as well, number four. So this just kind of states that you will need permission from us before entering the active job site area, as there could be potential, hazards. So the active job site area could, but not limited to, uh, but can include, but not limited to the roof or maybe the waste bin rental. Um, this also says that you cannot allow any third-party people or guests onto the job site, and if you do, that we will not be liable for anything, any damages that happen. Um, you know, yeah. Number five, which is the dumpster. Um, now, this basically just says that in some cases, we will need to place a dumpster or waste bin on your property to collect waste material. So we ask you not to put any of your own trash or household items in the base that could add additional costs. And if that happens, we will be able to charge you for these added costs. But in this case, we will not be using a waste bin rental as, we when we went to inspect your home, there wasn't a proper spot to put it, so we won't be using that in this job. So number six, which is the client obligations. Um, this just says that if any issues arises that may require your participation, that you will work with us to resolve the issue. This could be like if we need to order any additional material that you would need, um, to approve the materials or something like that. You just basically just general collaboration, participation. If we do need that, that you assist us with that. Now, number eight, which is the deposit. Upon execution of this agreement, the client shall pay the company a deposit amount listed under Appendix A, and which again I'll get to Appendix A in a little bit, but that's just the deposit is to be paid after we do sign, basically. Now, number nine, payment terms. Um, Now, this one I'll just read out because it's pretty short. The client agrees to remit payment to the company in accordance with the payment terms detailed in Appendix A. So, the payment terms, which you mentioned, obviously, 5 payments, 5 months, that is, will be listed in Appendix A, and I'll go through that once we get there. Number 10 is just currency. We will be using Canadian dollars for this. 11. So any final payments, or this will be for final payments. Um, so basically, just this just says that once the work is completed, payments made will not be refundable. Um, yeah. Number 12, interest. Now, any invoices that are past due are subject to a late charge of 6% for every month that is not paid. But one thing we do want to give to our clients is the right to explain their situation. So if a payment is past due for 2 weeks, um, 2 weeks or more, you have to contact us and explain why. And if it is a reasonable reason, um, we won't charge any interest on the remaining amount owed. Like if you had an unexpected medical charge, or if your car broke down and you had to fix it, those are reasonable reasons, and we won't put impose any interest on that. So we can kind of give you some space to breathe, basically. 14. Oh wait, no, 13. Past due. So basically what this says, if your payments are past due and we've tried to contact you about your past charges, that we have the right to cease any further work on your property without any notice, and that you will remain liable for any costs will occur in the time of the resolution, which can include losses sustained by the company as a result of the client's default for the payment. 14. Okay. Now completion of the roofing services. This states that we will try and match exactly what you're looking for your project, but obviously we cannot guarantee it'll come out exactly how you envision due to considerations beyond our control. Um, yeah. Now 15, which is the change order. This just says if you want to add any additional work to the order, that we will need to fill out a change order for any additional services requested. And any additional costs is correlated with the change order will be listed on the change order, in which I can show you the change order in a second. For this project, we most likely won't use it. But 16, term. This just states that this agreement will be in effect until the completion of roofing services, unless the agreement is terminated beforehand, whether that be by you guys, the customers, or us for roofing. Now, this kind of ties into the next point of number 17, which is termination by the company. This just states that we are able to terminate this agreement without prior notice if you guys, the client, is in breach of any of these provisions that are in this agreement. Um, or if we cannot complete the roofing services for reasons that are out of our control, as well if the client delays the project for more than 30 days, we do have the right to terminate this agreement without any further notice. Now, number 18, cancellation by the client. You can terminate this agreement prior to the commencement of the roofing services by notifying the company at least 3 days prior to the scheduled start date. Upon cancellation of this agreement, the client shall pay an opportunity cost equivalent to 7.5% of the compensation, which is just if you do cancel. Um, very early to the start date, that you'll be not penalized, but a kind of a severance cost of 7.5% of the total uh, project cost. Number 19, effects of termination. So this one's a bit of a long one, but basically just says in the event that this contract is canceled by us or you, that we have the right to enter your property to collect any material, machinery on the property. So we won't go on your property, uh, take something that isn't ours. We're only there to take any materials that we ordered, any supplies and tools that we have in the property, like nail guns, uh, bundles of shingles, hammers, nails, stuff like that. That we do have the right to go on the property to take those back. And in the event that the contract is terminated while we're in mid progress, the client shall pay the amount for the work done up to that point. So this can also include losses sustained as a result of the termination, including damages, lost profits, and other things and others. Now, number 20, status of the parties. This is just to clarify our roles in this contract, in our relationship. And this just states that we are a contractor working for you guys and nothing else. Um, yeah, that's basically it for that. Now, number 21, which is limitation of liability. So this one kind of goes into the next page over here. So you can kind of just look at that. Um, Now, limitation of liability, this just says that the company shall not be liable for any indirect, incidental, spatial, or consequential damages, loss of business or profits, and even if the company was aware of the possibility of such damages. Um, Now, this also states that we obviously will make a reasonable effort to prevent any issues or damages that might happen, but this just kind of states that, like, let's say you have some guests over and someone goes around the waste bin rental, and then they try and climb it, and then they get hurt. They break a bone or something like that, like in the area of the job site work zone, that we would not be liable for that issue, as we have stated before that no one is allowed in the job site work area unless we give permission. So yeah, that's basically that. Number 22, delays in force majeure. Um, so this one is pretty self-explanatory, so I'll just read what it says. Um, Delays and force majeure. The company shall not be liable for any damages. Oh, I just got a text from CC saying, "So I need to discuss with my husband about this. Paying in advance makes him feel uncomfortable." So about the deposit. Wait, but like, isn't that what a deposit is? Anyways, I'll finish this. Um, okay, the company shall not be liable for any damages, delays in the performance of roofing services, or failure to perform its obligations during or as a result of force majeure event. Force majeure refers to the unforeseen circumstances beyond the company's reasonable control and includes government acts, pandemics, epidemics, lockouts, strikes, riots, hurricanes, floods, earthquakes, or natural disasters. In the event of an increase in material and labor costs due to considerations beyond the company's control, the company may elect to terminate this agreement or require the client's insurance pay the difference, or the client pay the difference. The client acknowledges that any such procedures may further delay the performance of roofing services. So that just says that, for example, the COVID pandemic that happened about a year ago, where like the lockdown was happening, if that happened again, obviously that is a delay that is beyond our control, and we can't do much about that, and that we won't be um, and that like in the event of that we are able to terminate this agreement, which is extremely unlikely. Okay. Insurance. During this term of this agreement, the company shall hold and maintain a valid and proper insurance coverage to protect against any damage or loss arising out of the roofing services. The client shall be responsible for maintaining proper insurance coverage to protect the client's property against damage or loss. The company, us, shall hold and maintain valid and proper insurance coverage to protect against any damage or loss arising out of the roofing services. And also, the client shall be responsible for maintaining proper insurance coverage to protect the client's property against damage or loss. Now, number 24, unexpected costs. I think this is an old paper. Oh, Arnar. Possibly tonight. Okay. Oh, the confusion. The confusion. Um, Confusion. Time. Take your time. Confusion. Take your time. Okay. Okay. Actually, I think I'm gonna try and go through the contract without looking at the script, and see if I could probably um, do it with or like without the notes. Okay, so basically, I'll make sure to go through this contract and make sure that you understand everything. And if you have any questions along the way, you can stop me. I have no problem with that. You can stop me, and I'll explain it to you, and then make sure that you understand it. And also that we do have a longer contract, but this is not meant to trick you or confuse you or have any hidden meaning or whatever. No fine print or whatever. We want to be completely upfront on what this partnership is. Um, we just have a longer contract to be more detailed, as we do offer genuine and kind of uh, we do offer genuine and Milo's barking. Okay. So this contract, we do have a quite long contract, but this is not meant to confuse you or trick you. There's no hidden, details or fine print. We'll make sure that you understand everything, and that we only do this to protect us as a company if something extreme happens. So everything we do promise, we as for the For example, the warranty, you won't have any issues with that. This is just in extreme cases if something like that does happen, that we're able to protect ourselves. But um, I'll make sure to go through this and make sure that you understand everything. And if you have any questions along the way, you can stop me, and I'll make sure to go through it and make sure that you understand. So um, even if it takes more time, I have plenty of time. So make sure you guys understand. Okay, so you can read off of this. I'll read off of my laptop, and we can go through it together, right? So, starting off with number one. So the agreement. This one is pretty simple. All it states is that this is a an agreement between you, the client or customer, and us for roofing as the company. Now, number two. Um, Now, all this basically just says that um, all the work that needs to be done will be, explained and set out in Appendix A, in which I'll show you after we finish this, and then we go through that separately as well. 20 minutes. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. Okay, actually, maybe I'll just use my laptop. That seems to be a lot easier. Okay. I guess we'll just start over then. Okay, so okay, I just went to number two. Now, number three, which is rights granted to the company. This just says that we will need access to your property as we are doing work, on the roof, and also in this case, the fascia and the gutter. But also, this is quite uncommon, but sometimes we will need access to the attic. So this just says if we do require access to the attic for some odd reason, that we'll be able to do so. And yeah, that's about it. Number four. Now, this just states that you will need to get permission from us before entering the active job site area, as there could be potential hazards and dangers. Now, this can include, possibly the roof, as we'll be working on there, and also the waste bin. But in this case, we won't be using a waste bin. But you know, this also says that you cannot allow third party or any guests to be on the job site when it is active. um, and if that does happen, that we won't be liable for any damages that happen in that time. Number five, which is dumpster. um, so this just states that in some cases we will need to place a dumpster or waste bin on your property to collect waste material. So we do ask you not to put any of your own trash or household items in the waste bin, as it could add to additional costs. And if that does happen, we will be able to charge you for any added costs. But in this case, we won't be using a waste bin, as mentioned before. Um, Number seven. Um, Now, compensation is just the total amount due to us for the roofing services offered, as mentioned in Appendix A. Oh shoot! Wait, so how many are in here? 31. Shit. Okay, I think I'm just gonna end this stream because there's a bunch of things I have to sort out.